According to a report by Jeremy R. Hammond of the Foreign Policy Journal, senior executives of a major U.S. corporation were warned by a former CIA operative to leave New York on September 11, 2001. The article cites that the source worked under the managing director as number 2 of the European branch of the media giant Warner Brothers. The source's boss was close friends with a senior executive who worked at the head office in Los Angeles and had also formerly worked for the CIA. During the memorial arrangements for a senior director from a foreign office who had died, the LA executive rejected September 11th as a date for the service because, quote, something big is happening that day, and the top executives from the New York office would all be traveling out of the city.
At last. I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole. I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expecting to wake up. Ironically, this is not far from the truth. Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
And several of them that I talked to 10 minutes, 12 minutes before they died. I was at the command post that the fire department had, and left them to go to the command post that we were establishing.
Did you go immediately to the Office of Emergency Management?
So I went down to the scene, and we set up headquarters at 75 Barclay Street, which was right there with the police commissioner, the fire commissioner, the head of emergency management. And we were operating out of there when we were told that the World Trade Center was going to collapse.
Coming over our radio, get out of the area, the second tower is coming down.
They tell you the second tower is coming down?
Yes, it's about to collapse.
Mayor Rudolph Giuliani walked right past me here on Church Street and Duane Street, again about 4 blocks from that area, moving his entourage out of that region, and then just moments later was when the collapse happened.
It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Alluded to a report that there had been a van loaded with some explosive stopped near the George Washington Bridge.
About earlier, we had heard that an FBI spokesperson said that there was a report on the George Washington Bridge, which is another facility which you folks are responsible for policing, a report that there had been a van stopped there that had explosives.
2 or 3 men arrested on the New Jersey Parkway. Deborah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. That is the information that I'm getting from 2 sources, that there was a van either on the New Jersey Turnpike or the Garden State Parkway, and that it was near the George Washington Bridge. There were 2 or 3 men who were in the van. The van was pulled over. It is not clear why the van was pulled over, but when it was, law enforcers found tons of explosives inside of the van.
Now, WCBS TV News in New York is reporting 2 people arrested by the FBI in a truck with explosives under the George Washington Bridge. The DW Bridge spans the Hudson River connecting New York City and New Jersey.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani now speaking again.
I'm hopeful that we'll be able to rescue some more people. I have no idea how many others, but at least there's some hope that we'll be able to get some people out. We have been able to get 2 people out.
Do you want to know what it is? You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
The CIA was actively tracking 2 of the suspected September 11th hijackers and even trailed those men pictured here to an Al-Qaeda summit.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
A congressional committee investigating the September the 11th hijackings met behind closed doors today to hash out what appears to be an increasingly ugly confrontation with the FBI. At issue is the testimony of an FBI informant who apparently played landlord to two of the 9/11 hijackers.
Federal officials have begun a major investigation into whether someone or many people benefited financially from the evil done to the country last Tuesday. Not long before the attacks occurred, there were some financial transactions in the stock market that may indicate knowledge of the attack before it began.
As Newsweek reported in its September 13th issue from 2001, top brass Pentagon officials were warned the night before the attacks not to fly the next day, and canceled many meetings.
How does this jibe with Able Danger? Because this is a whole other topic. Able Danger is this military intelligence operation that almost stopped Al-Qaeda in early winter 2000, and yet they were stopped by Pentagon top brass, higher ups, high above, supervising this military intelligence operation, Able Danger.
It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
In researching September 11th, it has been discovered that many individuals became fully or partially aware of the attacks before they happened. Most of these individuals did try to alert authorities, or if they were in a position to do something, did attempt to stop the attacks. Some of these people were threatened, demoted, ignored, ridiculed, or even murdered to maintain the integrity of the official declaration that the attacks were not foreseen or preventable. Some of these stories are publicly known, while others are still waiting to be heard. Now for the first time, some of these stories will be detailed. Other aspects of this grand story, as will be shown, date back to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the Cold War clandestine operations, Watergate, Iran-Contra, and even Whitewater. This truly fascinating story behind 9/11 may sound like something out of a Hollywood movie, but as you are about to witness, something much bigger than 9/11 took place, and is still taking place to this day. A syndicate of corrupt individuals who have and continue to lie to the public, manipulating the understanding of events for their personal or collective gain.
2 suspects are in FBI custody after a truckload of explosives was discovered around the George Washington Bridge. That bridge links New York to New Jersey over the Hudson River.
And now to that intriguing story surrounding a man shot and killed by Houston police, a man who claimed to work for the CIA.
What I see is a continuation of a small group of individuals trying to take the masses of the, what the 5% I should say, the 85% of the population who are being led like sheep to their own slaughter, to receive fear in their minds and their hearts,